What up, y'all? It's your boy Dawson from D&D TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those of y'all who will, I appreciate it. Also, go over there and check out my other YouTube channel, Dawson Speak. Make sure you subscribe over there. Now, I want to go ahead and get into this story. This story is coming out of Houston, Texas. This definitely has been something that this young woman right here has been waiting to happen. And this lady right here is Sarita Anderson. And Sarita Anderson, this whole video is dedicated to you, to women like you, to men like you, to people who don't have the courage to do what you did, which is to stand up and to say that somebody that I trusted my life with, my body with, intentionally gave me an STD, namely HIV/AIDS. And that person was her ex-boyfriend, Karim Zawakawi, 34 years old, of Houston, who pled guilty to aggravated assault against a family member after he knowingly infected his ex-girlfriend with HIV. Now, Karim has been sentenced to 30 years in prison. Now, I'm going to do a video on this, and y'all know how I am. I'm going to say how I feel, and we're going to go from there. Watch these videos, and I'll be right back.
Police are making a plea tonight for more women to come forward after arresting a man for knowingly infecting his girlfriend with HIV. Investigators say there are more victims. This is the suspect. His name is Karim Zawakawi, and he is charged with aggravated assault. Tonight, this woman is bravely sharing her story of what started as a loving relationship and ended with a devastating diagnosis. Investigator Jace Larson shares her warning for other women and reveals what investigators uncovered about the suspect's past relationships.
They were co-workers at a local hospital turned friends.
He's very friendly, outgoing, charming. He likes to talk. He can talk about anything.
And by the summer of 2013, Sarita Anderson says she and Karim Zawakawi began dating and were inseparable.
We went to concerts, we went to comedy shows, we went to eat all the time.
They were intimate, so Sarita suggested that both she and Karim get tested for STDs.
As a sign of good faith, I knew I was clean because I had previously, a month before, had a women's exam.
According to the medical records Sarita provided to Channel 2 Investigates, she had not been diagnosed with or treated for HIV prior to September of 2013. And Sarita says Karim told her that he too had tested negative for the virus.
No, I never asked for any paperwork. I just took his word for it, as he took mine.
In April of 2014, Sarita got sick. She began to shed her hair, her nails, and lost weight, 65 pounds in total. Then came the hospital stays.
It just felt like a bad flu, and I went to the hospital. I thought that my weight loss was because I wasn't eating like I should, because it hurt to eat, it hurt to digest. He's at the doctor's visit with me, and he says, you know, we'll find out what's wrong, baby. Everything is going to be okay.
Then in September came the doctor's devastating diagnosis.
He said, well, Ms. Anderson, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're HIV positive. And I said, really? I said, how many tests did you run? He said, we've ran a total of 4.
Sarita was shocked. She confronted Karim about her diagnosis, and then she called police. On Tuesday, Karim was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. According to police, he tested positive for HIV years before and knowingly infected Sarita.
The medical records, we were able to determine that the defendant was infected in March 2008. We discovered another relationship he had prior to the complainant, an individual where she received HIV positive from him too.
Sarita says several women have reached out to her via social media.
I believe, based on tips that we have, that there's more victims, that he had other relationships during this time from 2008 till present. We just need y'all to come in and see if this is something that should require a charge against the defendant.
From contemplating ending it all, she has come a long way. The one bright spot?
He's a friendly baby.
Her 10-month-old son with Karim.
And by the grace, he was negative for everything.
Investigators want anybody else who might be a victim to come forward, and they want you to know that there is help in the form of counseling available. We've put the phone number to contact the investigators for this case on the homepage of clicktohouston.com. Just look for this story. In downtown Houston, Jace Larson, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Tonight, the final chapter to a story you'll see only on 2. A man convicted of intentionally infecting his ex-girlfriend with HIV learned his sentence earlier today.
Channel 2 Investigates broke this story back in 2016. Investigator Robert Arnold in the newsroom now with reaction from the woman whose life was forever changed by this crime. Robert.
Yeah, Sarita Anderson has waited 2 years for this day. In 2016, she contacted Channel 2 Investigates after testing positive for HIV and suspecting her ex-boyfriend infected her intentionally. Sarita Anderson took the stand, making a victim impact statement against the man she says she once loved, the man who she now says destroyed her life.
The catastrophic chain of events that led me to down spiral, how I had to dig myself out of that hole, and basically I feel like the old me died.
Her ex-boyfriend, Karim Tyson Zahakani, pleaded guilty to aggravated assault of a family member with serious bodily injury. Prosecutors say he knowingly infected Sarita with HIV. We first brought you Sarita's story in 2016. After that, other women came forward.
At least 8. Some of them had pictures, some had videos, and he was even going by another name.
2 of the women who reached out to Sarita sat side by side with her today in court as the judge sentenced Zahakani to 30 years in prison. Zahakani will receive credit for time served, and Sarita says she can finally close this chapter of her life. But she still worries there are more victims out there and has this message for them.
You are the only person that can keep yourself safe. Don't depend on your life is yours to protect.
Anderson says with medication and treatment, she's been able to keep her viral load low, and for now, the virus is not detectable in her system. Live in the newsroom, Robert Arnold, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, y'all, now let's go in. Now, first of all, I want to say that I'm happy that the little baby is HIV negative and doing fine. The baby that both Karim and Sarita share, I'm happy that the baby is doing well. And I'm definitely happy that Sarita's viral load is low. Keep taking your medication, keep going to see your doctor, all that good stuff. You're going to live a normal life. Just like anybody who's dealing with this or anything else, you know, continue to take your medication, talk to your doctor, you know, see about your own self. You know, you're your own first line of defense. Take your health in your own hands now and just lead a good life. That's what I want to say on that. Now, this has been a long time coming for this trial to be over. It actually started, the allegation started in 2016. And I remember in the beginning, Karim had told investigators that the allegations, and I'm quoting what he said. He said, "This makes me seem like the worst person in the world, and I'm not." He said this in an interview. Prosecutors say that his medical records from 2008 showed that he was diagnosed and he knew that he was HIV positive. He stated that he took the test and the results were not immediately available at the clinic that he went to. He said that he made follow-up calls to the doctor and he still did not get any answer. One time he said that a nurse told him that if there was a problem that the doctor would call him, and he said that no one ever called, so he just went on about his everyday life. And wrong move. If you take any type of test, if the doctor don't call you, if they don't call you, you always follow up and go see what's going on with your body. It's your body. It's not the doctor's body. It's not the nurse's body. It's not the receptionist in the front. You have to make sure what's going on with you. So that was not going to stand in the court of law that nobody called me, so I never went to follow up on my test. And in 2016, I don't even believe that to be true, because if you tested HIV positive in 2016, most agencies gonna get back with you. Even if there are some agents, they'll send something to your house. In some agencies down here in South Florida, we have people who even will make house calls. They will, it depends on which program you go to, they will follow up and try to get in contact with you if you do test HIV positive. So that didn't stand in the court of law. And it's just that it took 2 years for not only Sarita, but for these other women who he had sexual contact with. And some of them who came into court, there they are right there. Some of the women sat with Sarita, and I believe they said it was another woman who also tested positive as well. I do these videos because I want us to be informed of what's going on in society. We know this stuff, but then we act like we want to be caught up in celebrity news. And I told you there's nothing wrong with celebrity news. I like celebrity news sometimes, but trust me, those people in Beverly Hills really don't give a damn about you. You better take care of your own life. And sometimes the people in your family or in your church don't, or sometimes the people you're sleeping with, from what we can see in these videos that I've done, this one and the one I just did on the pastor who passed out HIV. It is up to us to take care of our own self. Like Sarita Anderson stated in that news clipping, you have to take care of your own health. You've got to do it. You got to take care of it. And she's learning that now. And she is so courageous to me, because there are people, and I've heard this being a social worker for over 10 years now, people who were infected and they don't want to say anything. They don't want to press charges because they don't want their business to get out there. I understand some people are not as strong as Sarita and others are, who are saying, I don't care what people think about me. If you do this to me, I want you to be prosecuted. Now, that's where I am right now on this whole thing. If you know that you have an STD, hepatitis C, HIV, herpes, HPV, if you know you have that and you knowingly give it to someone, you should be prosecuted. Am I demonizing people with STDs? No, I am not. Because if you do your research and if you talk to people and if you talk to your doctors, you will know, especially with HIV, there are people who are like Sarita, her viral load is low, and there are other people who are non-detectable, and they're in relationships with a person who is HIV negative, because they get the information, because they get the research, because they take their medication. They can be into a relationship with the person who is HIV positive and the other person is HIV negative, and they're not transmitting the virus. But you have to want to know this stuff, and you can't be ignorant to it. And we're in 2018 and going beyond. Come on, y'all. We know what's out here. No, this is old hat for us, really. This is nothing new. We know what's out here. But the thing is for us to be honest and real about our sexual practices, and honest and real about what's going on with our body, and take the initiative to know that you are your own first line of defense. I tell women all the time, because there are situations like a situation right here that happened in Jacksonville, where a man found his girlfriend's HIV tests in the house, and he called the police and he pressed charges on her. That just happened, 2 months ago in Jacksonville. So it's not just men doing it to women. Women do it as well too. Now, Sarita did the right thing by contacting the law enforcement, but some people ain't contacting the law. They're going to take the law in their own hand. Like down here in South Florida, I always remember this one story of a man who was dating a girl, found out his girlfriend, when she was HIV positive, didn't tell him anything. This man picked that girl up on her lunch break, shot that girl in the neck, murdered her in the parking lot. And his whole defense was, she didn't tell me she was HIV positive. Come on, y'all. Y'all better stop playing with people's lives. This is not to demonize people. This is to get you to wake up. Be honest with what's going on with you, and don't have the mentality that, somebody gave it to me, I'm going to give it to somebody, or, I didn't want to tell you because I thought you would leave me. Well, damn it, you think I'm going to stay here with you when you've lied to me about something that's life altering? Do you think I'm really going to stay? That's not love. Come on, get it in your mind. That's not love. Don't do that. That's not love. That's a person with a narcissistic personality. That's not love. That's a person who wants control. Love don't do nothing like that. So somebody's supposed to stay with you and feel sorry for you when you've given them something and think, because I got it and you got it, we need to stay together. No, you better get by yourself, because I'm gone. Now, I know that may sound a little harsh, but come on, we dealing with real people with real issues. I ain't sitting here talking about no celebrity news. We got to live in this society, and this stuff is happening every day, and we all have to be our own first line of defense. Now, that's all I got to say on this topic. Y'all go off in the comments. Again, Sarita Anderson, thank you for having the courage to do what a lot of men and women have not done. And hopefully by seeing this story, more people will begin to speak out. You are courageous. You're going to have a beautiful life. And hopefully you find a husband, a better man, and all that good stuff. This is for you. You're going to be good. I ain't worried about you, nor am I worried about other people. There are people who are living with HIV. They going on with their life. It's living with them. They're not, they got a life. They ain't out there doing this to people. They come on, y'all. You gotta, and I think with the black community, what pisses me off with a lot of us black and Hispanic people with this is that we don't even want to know about PrEP. We don't want to know about all the drugs out there. Oh, well, you know, you shouldn't have. Give me a damn break. I know married people. One person stepped out and not a wife got it. I told y'all about my friend. Come on, man. Don't hide behind that Christian, that religion mess, that super. Get the hell off my show. Come on, I'm a social worker. You got to come better with me with that. I know men and women who living with this mess. And some of them, somebody stepped out on the relationship and lied to them. And now they got to live with the rest of their life what their spouse went and got and brought back in the relationship. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you can't commit, don't get married. If you can't commit, don't be in no relationship. And if you gonna lie, hey, just stay single. I'd rather for you just to, man, let me shut my mouth. I'd rather for you just to be single. Seriously, just be single. And you know, one thing I was talking to some people about, and maybe this is a little too much, but some of y'all having sex and, you know, and I was there too. These one night stands, y'all better be watching out for these one night stands. Because if you come on one night stands and you having unprotected oral, vaginal and anal sex, especially anal and vaginal, you having unprotected, letting people do it. People could just dump their seed off in you. Come on now, you better than that. You better than that. I'd rather for y'all to do mutual masturbation or something, a hunch with your clothes on. I mean, come on, y'all. Nah, I don't went on too long with this topic. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Go off in the comment section. It's your boy Dawson. Take care of yourself and each other. Peace.